Hello, my friend. Invasive species are becoming a significant threat to the ecosystems and economies of many countries. What makes them dangerous? And what do we need to do to control them? Let's explore this together right now. Wild boars, with their feral nature and rapid reproduction, are becoming an increasing threat as they invade residential areas and farms. Reports of wild boar attacks on people are on the rise, causing panic and serious injuries. When feeling threatened, wild boars can become extremely aggressive, using their sharp tusks to attack. This situation not only poses a danger to humans, but also damages property and impacts the economy of many residents. The consequences of this invasion extend beyond physical injuries and affect the psychology of people living near areas with wild boars. In recent years, the invasion of wild boars into urban areas has become a serious and concerning issue. These wild boars, originally living in suburban forests, have begun to venture deeper into cities, causing a multitude of security and safety problems for residents. Wild boars not only destroy gardens, parks, and infrastructure, but also pose significant threats to urban life. The main cause of this phenomenon is the shrinking of their natural habitat due to rapid urbanization, forcing wild boars to seek new sources of food and shelter. This presents significant challenges for urban managers and authorities in ensuring the safety of residents. They often forage for food in garbage dumps. When wild boars invade these areas, they rummage through waste, rotten food, and other materials, polluting the environment and creating ideal conditions for the growth of bacteria, viruses, and parasites. These pathogens can cause dangerous infections such as leptospirosis, a disease caused by the Leptospira bacteria, which is transmitted through water or soil contaminated with wild boar urine, and salmonella, a type of bacteria that causes diarrhea and gastrointestinal infections. The invasion of wild boars also affects the daily lives of residents, causing nuisance and concern regarding safety and hygiene. Due to the severe destruction and threat to public safety caused by wild boars, authorities have decided to enlist the help of kind-hearted residents and skilled hunters to address the issue. In many areas, people have adopted the use of iron cage traps as an effective solution. These specially designed traps attract wild boars with food, and once the boars enter, the doors automatically close. This is a safe approach to controlling the wild boar population, protecting agricultural property, and minimizing invasions into residential areas. Using iron cage traps not only prevents wild boars from damaging crops and property, but also reduces the risk of infectious diseases spread by wild boars. By capturing the boars efficiently and safely, residents can mitigate the negative impacts on the environment and public health. Additionally, residents and hunters employ hunting methods to reduce the wild boar population, thereby limiting the damage they cause to crops and property. Hunters use specialized techniques and equipment to ensure that hunting is conducted safely and effectively, adhering to regulations and laws related to wildlife protection. Hunting wild boars is not only a measure to control the population of these invasive animals, but also helps maintain ecological balance in the area. Reducing the number of wild boars prevents excessive competition with native species and limits the destruction of natural habitats. However, hunters must ensure safety, comply with regulations and laws, and obtain hunting permits from state or local authorities. If you find this information useful, please like and subscribe. Consuming wild boar meat has emerged as a potential solution to reduce the population of this species while making use of the available food resource. Wild boar meat is favored by many for its rich flavor and high nutritional value, including protein, vitamins, and minerals. Hunting and processing wild boar meat can help alleviate environmental pressure caused by their invasion, while also providing a nutritious food source for the community. Just like wild boars, monkeys are also invasive species that cause considerable concern for residents. The invasion of monkeys into urban and rural areas is becoming an increasingly serious and complex issue, presenting numerous challenges to communities and the environment. When monkeys leave their natural habitats, such as dense forests or mountainous regions, in search of food and water, they often invade residential areas, garbage dumps, and infrastructure. These monkeys can cause property damage, such as breaking items, rummaging through food, and even creating safety hazards when they become aggressive if they feel threatened or hungry. The presence of monkeys in urban areas not only causes nuisance, but also poses a risk of disrupting the local ecosystem. When monkeys compete with native species for food and territory, the ecological balance can be disrupted, affecting biodiversity and ecosystem functions. They can also degrade soil and water quality due to their behaviors and foraging activities in sensitive areas. In this context, hunters are often mobilized to carry out missions to minimize the damage caused by monkeys. With their skills and specialized equipment, hunters use precise and safe hunting methods to ensure that capturing monkeys does not pose a danger to humans and other wildlife. Hunting monkeys not only helps reduce the number of invasive wild monkeys, but also limits their negative impacts on crops, property, and the stability of the local ecosystem. Reducing the monkey population through hunting helps protect agricultural resources and maintain balance in the habitat. If you like this approach, please hit the like button. If not, comment with the number 2, and I'll make changes to ensure you're satisfied. Explore Canada, a vast country with 9,984,670 square kilometers of diverse nature, from majestic mountain ranges to lush green forests. Don't let Canada's natural beauty fool you. Amidst those breathtaking landscapes, people are facing a harsh reality. Wild boars are wreaking havoc, destroying and threatening daily life. They're not only appearing around cities, but also causing significant damage to farmers. Faced with the rampant spread of wild boars, farmers have no choice but to organize hunts to control the situation. This activity is completely legal and encouraged, even considered a necessary measure to protect agriculture and the environment. As long as the age requirements and licenses are met, anyone can join the fight against the super pigs of Canada. Do you support this solution? Comment with 1 or 0 to let us know your opinion. Instead of stalking and exhausting yourself with hunting, cage traps are the optimal solution for capturing entire herds of wild boars. With a smart design, cage traps use bait to lure the wild boars inside and automatically close the door when they trigger the mechanism. This method is not only highly effective but also saves time and effort for hunters. Cage traps are usually made of iron or stainless steel, offering high durability and strong resistance. Originating from the ancient forests of Asia, Europe, and North Africa, wild boars have made a long migration journey to reach Canada. With their high adaptability and diverse species, they quickly integrated into the new ecosystem. Are you curious about the factors that contributed to their success on this journey? Let's explore together. The idea of bringing wild boars from Europe to Canada initially sounded appealing. People hoped that these animals would help diversify livestock genetics and provide a new hunting game. Unfortunately, this plan backfired as the wild boars quickly escaped control and became a dangerous invasive species. With its vast and diverse forests, Canada offers an ideal habitat for many animal species, including wild boars. Their high adaptability has allowed wild boars to thrive in both dense forests and open plains. As a result, they have quickly spread across all 10 provinces and 3 territories of Canada. The thick, bristly coat of wild boars acts like a natural jacket, helping them cope with the freezing cold of winter. It not only keeps their bodies warm, but also protects their skin from injuries caused by contact with branches and underbrush. Thanks to this fur, wild boars can remain active and forage for food in all weather conditions, from scorching summer heat to frigid winter cold. Their excellent adaptability has allowed wild boars to quickly expand their range and form large populations in Canada. However, their rapid growth has posed numerous challenges to the local ecosystem as they compete for food and destroy habitats. Wild boars are not just a wild animal, but also a dangerous pest. They not only gnaw on corn, but also destroy various crops, dig up the soil, and even attack livestock. These behaviors cause significant economic damage to farmers, destroy habitats, and threaten ecological balance. The wild boar issue is not only a challenge for agriculture, but also a social problem that requires integrated management solutions to mitigate the damage. Once a symbol of prosperity, the lush cornfields have now turned into a fierce battleground. Corn, the crop that farmers have dedicated so much effort to cultivate, has become a tempting target for aggressive wild boars. This scene not only causes economic damage, but also hurts the spirit of the farmers. Will the farmers be able to protect their hard-earned crops from the devastation caused by wild boars? Where will the battle between humans and wild boars lead? Join us as we follow along to find the answers. Do you know who the most fearsome enemy of wild boars is? It's the dogs, always ready to dive into fierce battles. Even the fierce wild boars have to be cautious around these small but incredibly brave hunting dogs. The fence, which seemed like a solid barrier, becomes useless in the face of the wild boar's intelligence and agility. With their remarkable survival instincts, wild boars have shown us their incredible adaptability to any type of fence, leaving farmers with a major headache. Hunting wild boars is a challenging and dangerous activity. To deal with these aggressive animals, thorough preparation is crucial. A powerful hunting rifle, professional camouflage clothing, and proper permits are essential requirements. Additionally, experience in hunting and knowledge of wild boar behavior are important factors. Wild boars are formidable opponents. They can launch surprise attacks and inflict serious injuries. Using inappropriate weapons or being careless during the hunt can lead to unforeseen consequences. After a successful hunt, enjoying a meal of fresh wild boar meat is a well-deserved reward. With its rich, distinctive flavor, wild boar meat offers unforgettable culinary experiences. It's not just food, but a gift from nature, making it an excellent choice for those who love exploring unique cuisines. However, not everyone gets the chance to savor this special dish, as wild boar meat typically appears only at small gatherings or special occasions. The history of wild boars in the United States began with an unexpected journey. Domestic pigs brought to the New World by Spanish explorers adapted and evolved, eventually becoming formidable invaders in the wild. The crossbreeding between domestic pigs and imported wild boars, particularly the Russian wild boar, created a hybrid population with high genetic diversity. This diversity has allowed them to adapt to various environmental conditions, making them a highly successful and difficult to control species. The figure of 8.9 million wild boars in the United States is a stark warning. Their incredible reproductive rate and rapid adaptation to various environments have allowed them to spread across 35 states, leading to severe consequences. The population explosion of wild boars not only causes economic losses for farmers, but also threatens biodiversity and disrupts ecosystem balance. These 8.9 million wild boars are devastating fields, destroying habitats of other species and inflicting significant economic damage on American farmers. This presents a major challenge for environmental management and agriculture, necessitating effective control measures to minimize the negative impacts of this species. Texas farmers are facing a real crisis as wild boars continue to wreak havoc. These invaders not only destroy crops, but also cause severe economic losses for farmers. The wild boar situation in Texas is becoming increasingly dire, threatening food security and the sustainable development of agriculture. If timely control measures are not implemented, the wild boar population will continue to inflict heavy damage on Texas agriculture and threaten the livelihoods of its residents. Wild boar hunting has become a lucrative industry in the U.S., generating $27 billion annually. However, behind those impressive numbers lies a concerning reality. Hunting activities are threatening ecological balance and causing significant environmental consequences. The U.S. government faces mounting pressure to manage the wild boar hunting industry. Finding the right balance between economic benefits and environmental protection is a challenging task that requires careful consideration from policymakers. In summary, wild boars are creating a dual crisis in the United States. On one hand, they pose a serious threat to agriculture, causing significant crop damage and raising concerns about food security. On the other hand, they represent a substantial source of income for the hunting industry, contributing significantly to the economy. This contradiction calls for a balanced and sustainable solution. Managing the wild boar population is an urgent issue that requires close coordination between government agencies, farmers, and environmental organizations. To address the wild boar problem, a comprehensive management strategy is needed, combining various measures from population control to environmental protection. Wild boar meat is not just a delicacy, but also a smart nutritional choice. Compared to farm-raised pork, wild boar meat contains higher protein levels, less fat, and is rich in micronutrients like iron, zinc, and vitamin B12, which help boost health and prevent disease. Want to have a healthy and energetic body? Wild boar meat is the answer. With its high protein content, iron, zinc, and essential vitamins, wild boar meat will help you maintain optimal health. Plus, the rich, flavorful taste of wild boar meat will make any meal more enticing. The harsh winter truly presents a life-or-death challenge for millions of livestock across farms in the U.S. as temperatures drop, food becomes scarce, and diseases spread. Many animals are unable to survive. With over 700,000 livestock farms operating nationwide, caring for animals in extreme weather conditions is an incredibly important task. Taking care of livestock during the winter requires specialized knowledge and skills. Let's take a journey to the frozen fields of eastern Colorado, where cattle face the most brutal survival challenge. With temperatures dropping to just 17 FU, winter has transformed the once lush fields into a frozen desert. To help a herd of 170 cattle survive the harsh winter, farmers have had to increase their feed portions by up to 40%. This is an ongoing battle to ensure each animal's survival. Increasing the feed not only provides the cattle with the necessary energy to withstand the biting cold, but also supports their overall well-being during this challenging season. At a farm in Costa County, Nebraska, 380 cattle are facing a harsh winter. With temperatures dropping below 20 FV, The biting cold has enveloped the entire farm. To help the herd survive this challenge, the farmer has had to significantly increase the amount of silage feed from 55 pounds to 90 pounds per animal. This increase in feed is a crucial measure to provide the necessary energy for the cattle, helping them fend off the freezing cold and maintain their health throughout the long winter. Nebraska and Montana are two of the major cattle farming states in the U.S. With millions of cattle, these states boast vast, lush green fields stretching endlessly. In particular, Nebraska with 6.8 million cattle and Montana with 2.7 million cattle consistently hold top positions in terms of livestock numbers. The presence of these millions of cattle shapes the landscape and character of Nebraska and Montana. Ferguson winter is a breathtaking scene with snow-covered fields stretching out in every direction. Amidst this landscape, hundreds of cattle leisurely graze, creating a peaceful yet vibrant image. Even with temperatures dropping below 0°F, the cows stand resilient against the biting cold. Thanks to their thick coats and remarkable adaptability, they are able to endure the harsh winter. As winter blankets the U.S. in white, many worry about the fate of livestock. However, inside the farms, a completely different story unfolds. Thanks to the diligent care of farmers, the cattle remain healthy and at ease, despite the biting cold outside. American farmers have proven that with dedication and expertise, they can overcome any challenges to protect their herds. Thanks to scientific care measures, the livestock's health and growth are consistently maintained. Queensland and South Australia are not only famous for their beautiful beaches, but also for being home to dangerous predators, snakes. With their sharp forked tongues and agile bodies, snakes can easily stalk and strike their prey, particularly poultry on farms. They silently approach their target, then swiftly attack with their sharp fangs, injecting venom into their victim. Quick as a flash, the snake retreats to wait for the prey to become completely immobilized. The terrifying hunting ability of snakes has made them a significant concern for many farmers in the region. The eastern brown snake, the second most dangerous snake in the world, poses a severe threat to wildlife in Australia, particularly to livestock. Its venom can cause severe symptoms such as paralysis, respiratory failure, and even death if not treated promptly. A bite from an eastern brown snake can turn an animal's life into a nightmare. Its venom not only causes open wounds, but also attacks the nervous system, leading to symptoms of paralysis and convulsions. If you've witnessed the horrific consequences of an eastern brown snake bite, please leave a comment with the number 1. Morgan's cobra, with venom up to 150 EMG/bite, is one of the most venomous snakes in the world and is becoming a fear of farmers. Their presence on farms not only causes economic damage due to mass livestock deaths, but also creates an atmosphere of tension and anxiety. Farmers are facing a major challenge in protecting their herds from this threat. Australia is one of the most ecologically diverse countries in the world, home to over 140 snake species. Among them, the carpet python is a notable species found in the tropical forests of northern Queensland. Despite their impressive appearance and high adaptability, carpet pythons pose a threat to farms. With their large size and incredible strength, they can attack and kill various types of animals, including pigs. Do you think your farm is safe? Think again. In the darkness, a ruthless predator is silently spreading terror. That predator is the snake, which has turned peaceful nights into nightmares. The snake moves quietly and swiftly, slipping into every corner of the farm. With deadly strikes, it quickly takes down chickens one by one, turning the coop into a feast. When discovering the dead chickens with strange bite marks, the farmer realizes the danger lurking right on their own land. It thought of itself as the ruler, free to hunt everywhere. But in the end, the 5-meter-long giant snake paid the price for its arrogance. Captured in Queensland, it became living proof of the danger lurking around us. The number of snakes in Australia is rising alarmingly. They are not only appearing in rural areas, but also infiltrating urban areas, sneaking into homes through the smallest gaps. Snake-proof fences are not just a solution, but a sturdy shield protecting farms in Australia. Thanks to these fences, farmers can feel more at ease knowing their livestock is safely protected. Besides mesh fences, farmers can also choose from various types of fencing, such as electric fences and natural material fences. Each type of fence has its own advantages, suited to the specific conditions of the farm. However, building a fence alone is not enough. Farmers need to regularly inspect and maintain the fence to ensure its effectiveness. At the same time, keeping the area around the farm clean is also crucial, as it helps eliminate potential snake hiding spots. Snakes often seek out dark, damp places like dense undergrowth, debris, or rotting wooden logs for shelter. Removing these hiding spots means depriving them of their homes, making it harder for them to invade the farm. By clearing away underbrush, manure, and other organic materials, we are destroying the ideal habitat for snakes. Without a place to hide, snakes will be forced to look for other areas, away from our farms. A clean environment will minimize the risk of disease spread and create better living conditions for everyone. Who says only people can protect a farm? In Australia, dogs and cats have been recruited into the professional protection team. They are trained to be expert snake hunters, helping farmers safeguard their property. With their keen sense of smell and hearing, dogs and cats can detect snakes from a distance, even when they are hidden in dense grass. This gives farmers enough time to deal with the snakes before they can cause harm. Training dogs and cats to detect snakes is a smart and effective solution. It not only helps protect the farm, but also reduces costs compared to other methods. Mice are not only pests in the fields, but also dangerous criminals in the agricultural world. They not only gnaw on crops but also contaminate water sources, spread diseases, and cause significant economic damage. Not only mice, but also insects like snails, aphids, and beetles are formidable enemies for farmers. They carry various diseases, harm crops and livestock, and threaten food safety. The mouse plague in Australia in 1993 highlighted the severe consequences of allowing diseases to spread unchecked. Therefore, controlling rodents and insects is an urgent issue that requires the attention of the entire society. To tackle the threat posed by mice, many farms in Australia have implemented a unique solution: breeding snakes. With their remarkable hunting abilities, snakes can eliminate thousands of mice each year, helping to reduce crop damage and prevent the spread of diseases. Researchers estimate that breeding snakes could save farmers thousands of dollars annually by lowering rodent control costs. However, the effectiveness of this method depends on various factors such as snake density, snake species, terrain, and the rodent's habitat. Would you like to learn more about other methods of rodent control? Aggressive wolves are attacking gentle, small creatures. When wolves invade residential and rural areas, they often target livestock and poultry, causing significant damage to households and farms. As predatory animals, wolves can break into barns and enclosures in search of food, leading to the killing or injuring of domestic animals. When wolves invade, not only are domestic animals affected, but the entire community also feels the impact. The loss of livestock can reduce the income of families who rely on farming and diminish their quality of life. Additionally, the presence of wolves in the area can alter the structure of the local animal community and affect ecological balance.